Hello. Hold on. Hold on. Where's my BGM? Oh, do I not have it on this scene? Oh no, there it is. There we go. Hi. I just realized I forgot to... Hold on. Bada bing. Bada bing. There we go. I forgot. I forgot to join a heckin' Discord channel so that I could do this. I was completely prepared. I was ready to start stream, and then I realized I didn't make clips of my 2 weeks ago's stream. In the end, I only got one clip out of it, so yeah. Anyway, good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's good to see you again. Little rush, which is why. Hold on. I'm gonna move this slightly. The cord's like... I'm going to wiggle the cord a little, so apologies for any bad noises. Just making sure it's properly plugged in. And now I've positioned it in... Hold on. Let me just do this. There we go. Ah! Almost fell off the table. I just don't want stuff pressing against the cord, you know? Anyway, hi. Welcome. Fucking sun. Oh, I can't even put something in front of that, can I? Do I have anything? Oh, I can probably put the box there once I open it. Because it's time for more Lego building, in case you couldn't tell by the fact that I am currently Lego, and the fact that I said yesterday we're going to be making Lego. We're making the Lego Botanicals Collection Succulents set. Oh, there goes the sun. Okay. Sun went behind a cloud. Oh, my heckin'... I think my music's muffled again because I'm... heckin'... I think I need to like fiddle with my Discord settings every time I join something so that so that it doesn't muffle the rest of my audio. But regardless, we're putting together this. This is similar to the Tiny Plants set that I built earlier in the year, where instead of being like one big plant or like a bouquet, it's a bunch of smaller plants in their own individual pots. As you can probably see by the like little Technic axle holes, you can link these up together, but you can also display them separately if you want, which I'm not sure which I'm going to do yet. To be honest, I'm not sure if I even have the proper room to actually display them in my living room, but I'll figure something out. This is an earlier Botanicals collection set, so I don't think it has as much unique parts usage. There are a few here and there, but it's mostly just, yeah, we built a plant and put it in a pot. And this time, all 9 of the pots are like almost the exact same, so there's not even the small variance we had in the Tiny Plant set where we had like 3 different styles of pot we could put together. Yeah. I don't need my scissors today because we got push tabs on this one. And also, we've got like a little image of what some of these succulents look like in real life, which is neat. What we care about is inside the box, not on the box. There's one push tab down. Yeah, I've pushed them down. Right, I'm gonna do this off camera because hold on. I need better leverage. There we go. Oh, paper bags. Let's go. Environment. So even though it's an older set, we're still getting it packed with paper. That's nice. Okay, that didn't work. That's close enough. There we go. I just put the box up so that it blocks the sun. So I believe this is probably the instruction manual, because it's got, you know, instructions printed on it. Ba-da-ba. What the? Hold on, what's this little thing? There's a little thing in there with the instructions. And I don't know if that came... Oh, right, because this is one of those sets that's good for building with multiple people. Because it's a bunch of separate builds, so they have a bunch of separate books. Oh, this is just a little insert about like, hey, we're switching to paper bags. Cool. Let's dump this off to the side and start with book 1. Interesting that bag 3 is so small. Or is there like a second bag 3? Oh yeah, there's a larger bag 3. 1 and 2 are the largest, and then there's a smaller bag 3 and an even smaller bag 3. But we're going to start with book 1. We have introductory text, cool, and more images of what the succulents look like in real life, which is pretty neat. Succulent for everyone! Cool. Brick separator! Brick separator number 7. Let's go, baby. We got bag 1. You know, they call this... Oh yeah, we're using paper bags. I can feel like the inside doesn't feel like paper. Like, it feels like there's maybe like a plastic lining inside. Oh, that's a lot of black pieces. I should have known that was coming, but... I'm just throwing all the stuff to the side. Okay. We have brick separator number 7. Which means we can add it to the stack. I'm gonna take this one off so the colors are properly placed. 7 brick separators. My power will be unmatched. Okay, let me just lean back while I move these black pieces around. Oh, that's an interesting texture. And these are like the little... Well, they're a little flexible. They're like rubber instead of the harder plastic. God, why is there so much black? I know all of the pots are black, so I should have expected that, but... Right. Open the smaller bag as well. Ah! Some stuff came out. I wonder if this one has any random minifigure heads in it. Like the bouquet. I do have actual minifigures now, not just random heads. Well, random standard minifigures. I did have minifigures before, just not the ones with like standard heads that can be used with over the random minifigure accessories I've obtained through building plants. Oh, by the way, we're using my standard BGM today just because I didn't feel like going around and like looking for other like opening up YouTube and gathering up a playlist or whatever and like being like, okay, what am I going to use today? What doesn't have ads? Is this going to get me temporarily bonked on YouTube before I dispute it? We're just going to use my actual BGM. Okay, so we're starting with whatever this orange one is. I don't think they put in the start. Oh yeah. So I was just looking closely at one of these. Because I think they used to make it without these little arrows on it, but then at some point they added these. on there because I saw on Studio 2.0 that there is a version without the little arrows. Anyway, I'm gonna start by building a heckin' sandcastle. One of these. Since since this set is about the same size as the tiny plants, this is probably going to be a slightly shorter stream, but that's fine. That's fine. This weekend's been a bit off for me anyway, so... Oh, it's going to be even more off today because I woke up at like 5-ish, and then I got out of bed at 6 because I opened up Pokemon Go to see if my GPS would screw up and allow me to spin a Pokestop from home. And I just so happened to see that a gym near my house had a Galarian Mr. Mime raid going on. And I don't have a Galarian Mr. Mime in my living decks yet. So I was just sort of like, yeah, you know what, I'm awake already, let's just get out of bed and see if we can catch this Mr. Mime. Unfortunately, because it was 6 in the morning, no one else joined the raid, and I had to try and beat it by myself. I could not. And so, I got out of bed for nothing, because I did not get my Mr. Mime. I could very easily add a Galarian Mr. Mime to my decks if I just, you know, booted up Pokemon Shield, but, nah, I'm good. What? Okay, I'm a bit confused because I get the feeling this is going to cover up the pot. Like, this is the pot, right? And this is the inside of the pot? Why are we using these complex pieces like this to build the inside of the pot? Unless it's gonna, like... No, because then we're like coming up with this. Huh? Maybe the insides of the pots are all different because they, like... Words. Because they just use, like, duplicates of whatever pieces they already had to, like, fill it up. Like, oh yeah, how can we reach the piece count? So for this we need... In the BGMs, you can't really see black on black there, but I'm not moving it around any like closer or anything, just because black is very reflective, as I learned during my first proper Lego building stream that uses this camera angle. Yeah, Discord's gonna muffle my BGM in my headphones, so I hope it's still coming through clearly on y'all's end. Alright, now we want to build the edges of the pot using these. These is pieces. I've got a lot. There's one. I was about to say I've got a lot of corners. I don't have any of the sides. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now let's slot them in. Heck. Yes, that is in the right place. Had to stop and make sure. Sun's very on and off this morning. Must be cloudy and like partly cloudy. And then the clouds just keep going in front and behind, in front and behind. Well, not behind, but in front and out of the way. You know. There we go, nice little pot. Now we start building up stuff inside the pot. We need... Ah! Don't you roll away. Yeah, a bit of a weird weekend for me, but hopefully next week I'll be back in gear again. Hopefully. No guarantees. But we shall see. Plop all those on. Then we put these on the cones. Still don't know why the inside of the pot was done in this manner, but who am I to question the Lego designers? Clearly they know better than I do. Oh, by the way, I found out. I mentioned during the last stream. I was like, huh, why is this fishing rod so fucking big? And also, why is it black? Animal Crossing fishing rods aren't black, they're like tan color. As it turns out, there is only one fishing rod piece smaller than this, and it hasn't been made for years. And also, this piece only comes in black. It came in red like once, never again. It's always been black after that. So I guess that's why they weren't gonna go and make a recolor of the fishing rod solely for Lego Animal Crossing. The things you learn. There are evidently reasons for things being the way they are. That doesn't stop me from questioning them in the moment. Okay, stick one of these on top. Oh, is that why we use the heckin' this piece? To fill up space and make the cones stable, while also having an axle hole in the middle that we can shove a bar through. Perhaps. And then on that bar, we shove one of these. I guess the bar's for stability, because like you can just place a round brick in the middle of studs. You don't need a thing on top. It does fit. There's the flavor text telling us what the fuck this piece is. What the fuck this succulent is. Okay, so then need one of these with this on top. And bada. Okay, I'm trying to straighten it out. Bada. And I think there's less like very unique parts usage and more like new recolors in this sort of set, because like these are like the little fang pieces, right? I remember they mentioned in I think Tiny Plants, they're like, oh yeah, we recolored these in such and such color for the first time for this plant. So maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe this is the first time they appeared in orange or something. Or maybe they just weren't as adept at using parts in interesting ways in botanicals yet. Oh, that's why we use the octagon, because we're clipping stuff to it. Using these ones. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4 of these. Let me shuffle these back a bit. So then, gotta stick these on like this. No idea what these pieces are supposed to be. Like roof shingles or something? Official name is probably just like, oh, wedge, plate, triangular, etc. Except, you know, not a garbled mess of a name like that. Trying to be funny while you're sleep deprived is difficult. Right, then, while being very careful to not angle it towards my face, we slot these in. Click. There we go. And do they go in? Yeah, it looks like we squished them inwards. And then we add an axle so we can connect it up to the whole thing. This is the orange Echeveria, also known as the orange Monroe. This succulent boasts adorable rosettes in varying shades of green and orange. One plant down. 8 to go. Sorry, I forgot how many we were making. And that took 24 minutes? Oh boy, but that was a lot of rambling at the start as well. So I guess the internals of the heckin'... The internals of the pots are actually going to be different between plants depending on what needs to be down there in order to like make the construction of the plant work. Words. Starting with this for our next one. And then we just surround it with dark green bricks, which that does not look like the same color to me, but I know it's not going to be one-to-one, but like that doesn't look like a... I guess it's dark green. It looked a bit more medium-ish to me, but maybe that's just because the light wasn't hitting it properly. Rightio. Then, of course, gotta put the X's around the outside, or the plus signs. Why isn't it? Huh? There we go. It's like, why? Yeah, okay. Just completely disrupt my train of thought, why don't you, Mr. Claw? Alright, let's connect these bricks on. And then the corners. Next page! Ah, and then the edges and stuff of the pot. On it goes! On these go, and then... Ba-ba-da-ba. Oh yeah, next month's Lego building stream is probably going to be another one where I, instead of like one big set like I'm doing today, it's probably going to be like a couple smaller sets. Because they released a set for Halloween that's like a very... It's a pretty small one, but I think it's really cute and I like it. And I want to get it. It also comes with a Lego skeleton, which like... I like the little skeleton dudes. I had one with one of the sets I had as a kid. Different arms than what they use nowadays, but you know, it's still a skeleton. So I'm probably gonna try and get that, plus like one of the other smaller sets that I've been eyeing. Maybe one of the postcard sets. Maybe I can finally get my heckin' minifig Statue of Liberty. I've been wanting that for ages. Alright, sub build. Let's we need this and one of the. That's interesting. Like, this is just to fill space, and then we're using the Among Us pieces to build in like triangle directions instead of square. Yeah, that's basically that a ways. And then these go on the diagonals. Like that. I will never refer to this as anything other than an Among Us piece. It's just it's shaped like an Among Us. Oh, and then we're adding another layer. And then we're gonna like do the same but in like different directions probably. Probably. Is that a sub build for a sub build? Okay, there's one Among Us. I saw recently there's a heckin' Among Us collaborated with Capcom to add like a Miles Edgeworth costume to Among Us to celebrate the release of the Edgeworth collection. Heckin' wild. Like, that would have been the last thing I would have expected from like an Among Us collab. But like, I don't hate it. I can't play something like Among Us, it would be too stressful for me. As someone who like can't even socialize normally. But like, it's pretty cool. Alright, we have our Among Us stick. Time to make the sub build for the sub. Yo, they do actually have triangles. We need these joiners. They need to go with this part upwards. Da-da-da! And then we have these other sides of it, which have been recolored in sand green. A lot of nice sand green parts in this one. For the, I believe this is the aloe plant. I don't know if I've seen this recolored in other colors before. I think I've only ever seen it in black. There are certain pieces that they just don't recolor, and then certain other pieces that they do, or they'll just randomly recolor something out of the blue, and then never recolor it again. Like the heckin', what's it called? The 3-in-1. I think it's called the retro roller skate, or maybe it's just the 3-in-1 roller skate. It has pink rubber tires, which is wild because it's like the only time tires have appeared in any color besides black. And then they did it once and then never again. Right, now we click these upwards on their little click hinges. And then this goes this side. And with this, like, hereabouts, by the looks of it. It's a contraption. We're building the contraption. And the piece de resistance on top. This thing. And then we stick it in the pot. Behold. Alright, now gotta start putting all these claws in. So I guess this counts as interesting piece usage. We've got like a bunch of claw elements that have been recolored in sand green to be used as aloe leaves. Oh yeah. Hold on, I'll move it closer to the camera. From claw-like to succulents, we like Lego claw elements from fantastical creatures. Oh. From claw-like to succulents we like. Lego claw elements from fantastic creatures make up the spiky aloe. Or aloe. Fucking... Aloe's a VTuber. No. It's pronounced aloe, I'm pretty sure. I think my parents have an aloe plant, actually. They use it to, like, keep the mosquitoes away, I think? Or was that a different plant? Might have been a different plant. But I think they do also have an aloe. Oh no, we only need 3. I was going to make a fourth one. But we only want 3 at this step. To go... I remember, I think the first review of this one I saw was like, yeah, the aloe plant doesn't look as good because you can like very clearly see the gaps in the undersides. Like that. We have another note here. The aloe plant. Cleopatra applied aloe plant gel to her body as part of her beauty regimen. Cool. Alright, now we want more of the claw traptions. It feels weird having a Lego piece with like this much flex to it. Because it's like soft rubber instead of hard plastic. In it goes! And then these go on the Among Us's of the other side. Gotta rearrange these a bit so they look a bit more evenly spaced. Interesting that they gave us this note here and not, you know, on the page where you finish the aloe. With these bigger claw pieces that... Are these still from animals? These look like parts of a spaceship or something. With the way they're, like, segmented. Oh, that's what these ones are for. These have a Technic pin at the bottom that we can slot into this. And then these can go on the axles from down here. I feel like if they were going to recolor, if they were going to go through the trouble of recoloring those, they should have recolored these as well, because like now you've just got a very clear grey piece sticking out from beneath your plant. There we go. We have our aloe. Which Sticks out a lot, very far, very like not compact. Anyway, we have one more plant for... Oh damn, we zoomed through that one. We have one more plant for bag 1. So I guess the first one really only took that long because I was rambling too much. And the time to build also included the preamble. Eh? Like, put this and then just like, ah yes. Stick this on top so there's a tiny little gap underneath it. For no fucking reason. Sure. We'll do that. What the hell is that? What the hell is this piece? I have never seen this before. Hello, camera? You wanna focus? That is weird. It's just a piece with a very large hole in the middle. Well, I guess we'll see what it's going to be used for later. Yeah, that is a Lego element I am wholly unfamiliar with. And that was not an intentional pun. It was a pun, but not an intentional one. Alright, let's build the pot's edges. I will say, edges of the pot, well, building the pot, not as tedious as it was in tiny plants. Because tiny plants, you build up like the entire pot and like all the innards and whatnot. Here, like, the innards are completely different and specific to what plant you're building. It's just that the sides are the same. Meanwhile, for the plants, the entire pot was the same and you just built the plant on top. And so a lot of the pieces in that set were just dedicated to the pots and not the plants. While here it feels like a lot more, at least for these first 3, a lot more of the pieces are being used for the actual plants. And the pots are just sort of some black bricks around the edges. Did they? Hold on. Okay, yeah, they didn't tell us to put any of the red axles in there. So I don't know why they specifically said, yeah, this one needs the axle. The others, no. Okay, that's interesting. Oh! Is it... Yeah, we're using this round thing to, like, put it at an angle, I guess. Because by doing it like this, yeah, you've got, like... And that can, like, slot around the hole in the middle there, probably. Interesting. Sloped grill pieces? And this one on here. I guess the grills are just sort of there to put it at the right angle. And then this goes with its back this way. Yeah. So we have it at a bit of an angle. That's interesting. Right. We're using more of these boys. More of the hexagons. Shove this through it. And then we want another one. get on that. Oh, that's why it's like this. I was like, why did they bother using the round jumper there? And it's so that we can turn it and have it at an angle. So that they're at different angles. Get, bro. Jeez. Why was that so hard? Alright. And then cone on top. A lot of sand green. I'm liking it. Oh. Leaves made from ice cream cones, inspired by hen and chicks. The leaves arranged in a rosette pattern originated from the swirl atop an ice cream cone. The ice cream cone being this, I believe, is what they're referring to. Even though I'm pretty sure this isn't. I'm pretty sure the ice cream cone piece is different. I thought this was the like cupcake piece, or maybe the other one was the cupcake and this is the ice cream. I don't know. I'm guessing hen and chicks is another. Either this is called the hen and chicks, or hen and chicks is like another Lego set or something that they took this technique from. On it goes. Very interesting angles going on with this one. Still so many little clips for this one. Get on. There we go. We've got fang pieces and ice cream. What a wondrous world Lego is. Oh, I should have put the ice cream on first so that I can more easily slot it down in there. I'm going to take one of these off so I can actually get my fingers in. There we go, and then that goes atop our cone. Heckin', they're swirling out of place. Now, the leaves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Using up all those, but not all of the clips. So these connect like so, and then these on the end. Then times 8. Got a lot to put together for these little leaves. They can't really do much to make each of the leaves unique or whatever. That's not how the plant looks. There we go, that's 4. That's 5. 6. Just thinking, do I have like anything else I can talk about besides just narrating the Lego building? And I don't think I do. At least if I do, I don't think my brain is alive enough to do it. Right, and now these go around our hexagon. Oh, there goes the sun again. Thankfully, my webcam has a bright ass light on it. So even if I can't see, y'all can. Very nice. Cute little thing. Hold on. There we go. No, they are all... Oh, this one's a little off. Try to arrange them properly. They don't all just go right to the middle, I don't think. I think there is a little gap like that. Anyway, final page! I'll do this 8 times. That's 1. I'm not laying out all the pieces because like this is the last of it. So this is just going to use up everything. Everything that isn't a spare, at least. That's 4. Had to make sure my counting was correct. That's 5. Was my counting was very off. I was like, that's 5, and like that was 6, and then I put down the 6th and I saw there was only one, what I thought was the 6th. I saw there was only enough for one more. I was like, what? Huh? Then I had to count. Then these clip on to the bottom hexagon. Like so. There we go. Gotta clip them securely. Interesting start with those angles, and I do think it displays a bit better thanks to those angles, so it's not like just squarely lined up in the pot. It's like it's tilted at an angle and then it's also like rotated at an angle. Grab one of these. Oh! So this is the hen and chicks. This is the hens and chicks. Hens and chicks plants are called such because they quickly produce numerous babies. Okay. And then we just shove these together. This is like the suggested arrangement. We can, of course, arrange them however we like. I will decide how I want to arrange them later. Just rotate that so it's not in the way of this. Yeah, there's our first 3 plants. And the spare pieces were... Got a bar, 2 axles that we can use to like rearrange these. And then some studs and an ice cream. For such small plants, there really aren't that many small parts going on. Oh. The axles weren't, in fact, spares. We were supposed to stick them in here so that they can be used to join it up to the plants from the other ones. That's book 1. Complete. Book 2 time. Which means it's also bag 2 time. Some more exotic colors this time. Probably not the right word, but that's the first one that came to mind. Colors that you wouldn't first think of as natural, you know. Not a bunch of greens and stuff. We got some bright pink and pale purple. I feel like a more experienced builder would perhaps not dump out the small pieces directly on top of the big pieces and perhaps leave them separate so that they're easier to find. I do not care. My approach is fuck it, we ball. Why does it feel like there's more in bag 2? Like, for some reason, just looking at all this, it feels like there's more Lego here. Anyway, we're starting with this plant, which I heard they apparently don't actually say what this plant is in the instruction manual. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard. So I suppose we'll have to find out once we get to that point of the instruction manual. Where is... there it is. Oh, this one's built in a very specific way because this one is actually... it shows on the box. This one also acts as storage for any of the little red Technic axles that you're not using. So you can just store them away inside the pot of this one. God, the amount of times my brain will just sort of stall and I'll be sat there like trying to think of what word I'm supposed to be saying at that given point. That's why I don't particularly like having calls at work. Everyone wants to do things through calls, and I'm just like, can this not be an email? Can you not just check your can you not ask me your question first before deciding that it needs to be a call? If it needs to be a call, then it can be a call, but like, I would rather you ask me first. I'm much better at communicating through text when I can like stop and think through things instead of just stalling mid-sentence. It's not a great look. Right, and there we go. Pot completed. Now let's put a plant inside of it. The entire plant is built separately for this one. This goes on here. I guess we're making like a larger platform so that it covers up the base. God, the sun just doesn't know what it wants to do today, does it? I don't know how much the camera's picking it up because I think it auto-adjusts, or it tries to auto-adjust the brightness. Like over here, it's just going like bright, dark, bright, dark, bright, dark. Oh, then little flower stud in the middle. And then a bunch of brown studs around the sides. Because these brown studs are going to have little hats on them. So no random minifigure heads, but we do have random minifigure hats, which, if you'll excuse me, allow me to grab a minifig so I can demonstrate. Because now I have minifigs that I can actually put this on the head of. Behold, these are little forestmen hats. The forestmen were like a faction of characters in the Lego Castle theme. And so after Castle went away for a while with Lego favoring more, I guess, advanced and less generic themes, then this piece was out of use for a while. Then they kind of brought it back. I think they were probably planning on doing a Forestman set, which they did. I think they released a... from what I remember, a couple of Forestman characters appeared in a very large revival of the Lego Castle theme with the Lion Knight's Castle. And then there was also, I don't know if it was a gift with purchase or if it was just a smaller separate set, but that it was like specifically themed around the Forestman, and I think might have been like a sort of newer recreation of one of their older sets or whatever. But I think before they actually released those and put those into print, the hats first reappeared in this set and got people thinking like, oh, are we getting a Forestman revival? Why are they giving us Forestman hats? But yes. I could be entirely wrong on all of that, but that's what I remember. But anyway, we're not putting these on... Oh, we're actually supposed to stack up 2 studs. So that it sits a bit higher, I guess. Where is the other stud? I shouldn't try to do things in time with the music. I haven't tested recently how far off it is if I try to do things in time. I know it's a little bit off, but I think it might be like... How many milliseconds are in a second? Is it 1,000? That's what the name would imply. But if so, then it's like less than a second of delay. So maybe I can do things like that, and it only really matters for like when I'm actually singing. Which is why I can't sing along with things when I'm playing a game or whatever. Anyway. Oh, those I guess so that it like fits in here and like doesn't slide around. These go in here. And these are, I think, red just solely so that you can tell the difference between it and some of the other studs that are being used here. Because I don't think those red normal studs are being used anywhere else on the build. But then we have our lovely classic botanical leaves section. Or if you make it in purple, Takunachi legs piece. Again. Okay, black. There it is. Had to really see what color I was looking for. Oh, so that... Does that even... That like barely connects. Hello, Irene. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good night. And I think it's pretty late for you, I think, from what I remember. Time zones. But thanks for stopping by. We are making some Lego plants today. Yeah, this just goes 2 a.m. Jesus Christ. How do y'all do it? How do y'all do it? I stay up till like midnight and I am destroyed the next day. Some of y'all are insane with the times you can stay up till. Okay, I've got to be careful with handling this one because it's not actually connected. I'm getting destroyed. Why do y'all do this to yourselves? Anyway, there are, if the camera will focus on the text, there we go. There are approximately 10,000 types of succulents that you can grow. The fun Lego succulents are a great way to start your collection. So, my memory was not incorrect. They do not tell you what type of succulent this is supposed to represent. Just irresponsible because no work tomorrow. Nice. So this is just, I guess, the Lego original Forestman succulent. Because they're not going to tell me what it is. On to the big purple thing. Of course, starting with the base. Oh, we're using actual bricks now, not just plates. Lego has OC plates. Oh, that is a very... I guess this one just didn't need anything in the internals, so they're just like, yep, fill it in completely. We don't have anything we need to put here. Oh, that is not how those go. Hold on. Brick separator time. Easier. Hell yeah. I've got 7 of these things, I may as well use them. There we go. Build up that pot. I'm just sort of thinking about how, like, some of my friends used to talk about my Lego streams, like, oh, it's so cozy to just relax to or whatever, and it's just like, I'm just thinking about how I'm like, oh yeah, there's this little comfy Lego stream, and meanwhile I've got my stream marked for like mature audiences only, extreme profanity. Most of it's just, it's really just because I don't want to get bonked for like swearing too much and them being like, oi, why is your stream not marked? But it's also partially just because I don't want to have to deal with kids. I don't do well with small children. And also kids shouldn't be listening to me going like, fuck this, fuck that. Lego avatar of yours is a very neat detail, thank you. As soon as I figured out how to do like custom printing in Bricklink Studio, I'm like, yep, I know what I'm doing here. Also, welcome. You mentioned last time how to pronounce your name, and I have forgotten. Welcome V. I'll call you that for now. Hope you're having a good day, evening, night, whatever time zone it is for you. And this one. Oh, sub-build time. So the pot can go off to the side. I don't like how hecking reflective these black pieces are. They are so... You can see that, right? It's reflecting my computer screen. I have to be very careful about what angle I hold them at. Alright, we got this. A red Technic pin. That is... I have never seen them in this color. I've seen, like, obviously they've got axles in this color. I've never seen a pin in red. I have seen so many different colored pins recently, because, like, I've only ever seen these in, like, black, gray, and blue, normally. I've seen red today. I saw yellow a couple streams ago. They got all sorts. They got all sorts. Why did they bother making this one red? It looks like it's going to get covered up anyway. It's a shiny pin. Well, is this the same color? Yeah, it's the same length. Interesting. Maybe the brown's actually going to show through this time. And that goes on top. Connected to that stud. And then we turn it upside... Okay. So we're using the bar as like a stud reversal technique, I guess. And then we're proceeding to cover up the studs, so not sure what the point of putting it on upside down was. But it sure is a thing. Oh, because we're still connecting it to the one stud that is there. And then... weird little dome piece. Where... is here somewhere. There it is. Weird little dome piece. On it goes. It's wearing a hat. God, these are some weird-ass pieces. Interesting building techniques going on here. Those are out of alignment, but... ta-da! Fixed. It's a grey Pac-Man eating a pellet. This one. Imagine if you have to do illegal building techniques. No. Well, I was going to say LEGO would never release a set that uses illegal building techniques, but like the whole reason illegal building techniques exist is because like they once did one of them and it started like the sets were just breaking and they're like, well, we shouldn't do that again. They realized it was a bad. Love the notion of there being illegal building techniques. Yeah. Like, the terminology is funny, but it is understandable that they exist. It's basically just anything that, like, puts excess stress on the pieces beyond what they were designed to do. And, like, they'll probably mostly be fine. So, which is why a lot of, like, fan builders use them and whatnot. But because LEGO sets are, like, designed to last... LEGO would never officially use one of them in, like, an official set. Something I find interesting, the LEGO Ideas platform, where, like, people can submit their own LEGO builds to potentially be made into real sets, they actually allow you to use illegal building techniques. They're like, yeah, sure, you can, as long as you're using official LEGO parts, you can use whatever the hell you want. Just know that if your thing gets accepted and we make it into a real set, we're not going to use that technique. We'll do it some other way. Like, they're not trying to dissuade people from using illegal techniques. They're just like, yeah, we can't use those because it'll damage stuff. Yeah, there's this Lego content creator I watch a lot of. I think it was either this morning or yesterday that I watched a new video of his. I think I originally found him because of videos he made about illegal building techniques. Where, like, because he used to work for Lego, he knows exactly what is considered illegal and what isn't. But it was funny because a lot of people in the comments of that were like, yeah, this is great information, but also people who were saying that your builds were illegal probably weren't talking about the actual illegal building technique terminology. They were probably just calling your builds cursed because it looks a bit strange. Also, oh, they're supposed to be, like, tilted at an angle like that. That's how it's connecting up. There we go. It's like spiraling outwards. That guy was a big catalyst for me falling down the Lego rabbit hole. And being like, yep, I'm gonna start building stuff myself. Oh, for some reason, they're giving us the name here instead of during the... Oh, because it ends here, that's why. Anyway, this plant is the Lavender Echeveria. The lavender varieties of Echeveria... What the hell happened to my throat there? The lavender varieties of Echeveria have some fun names like Afterglow and Cubic Frost. What would you name yours? I would name it Purple. Meanwhile, but building Lego is very chill, yeah. Most of the time. I have had a couple sets where I'm like, I don't know about this, Chief. Like, trying to build the entire Lego Mario question mark block in one sitting. Probably shouldn't have done that. And the heckin'... As much as I love the Everyone is Awesome set, not a great building experience, to be perfectly honest. Because it's... Oh, did I attached these to the wrong level. They should be further down. Oops. Oh, no. No, I'm done. There is only one level of these. Oh, I'm supposed to flip it upside down. That's why this is on the top. Yeah. End result, nice. Building experience, not so much. Just because there's no numbered bags. They just expect you to open everything all at once. And I did not have the table space for that. I have made a mistake. This one goes here. So if you're wondering what the hell these big old pieces are, these are shoulder pads, I'm pretty sure. Used for Lego, like, constructible figures. And then you shove it into the pot. There we go. It feels like it's sitting a bit weirdly high, but that's what it is, I guess. And this also gets one of these in it. Ta-da! And now what feels like the bulk of the pieces is now going to be used for the last one in Ah, that's why. Because it's a big and tall one. Oh, we are once again just filling in the middle with bricks, but this time leaving some axle holes there to presumably stick one of these into. You know, it's occurring to me that we don't actually see the brown bar, so why did we use a brown bar for this one, but a black bar for the other one? I don't really get it. Why didn't they... Like, that's an extra piece they've got to include. They could have just made it the same, because it doesn't show through. Sometimes LEGO set designers operate in mysterious ways. Yeah, well, we're almost... It's been a little over an hour, and we're like 5 plants down, with 4 to go. We're zooming through this. This is definitely going to be a shorter stream, I guess, but... I mean, I should have expected that, because the tiny plants, well, which is a similar sized set, was also a shorter stream. On it goes. There we go. We have our pot. Now we stick a thing on there. Oh, we're not even using the brown one. We're using the smaller grey one. And I find it interesting. Normally when they put bars like this in a set, they actually put a little thing that's like life size on there to show you how long the bar should be. And a lot of the time I've been like, why are they doing that? There's a... The Melody 80% LEGO builds unrestricted. Illegal builds spilled around goes up. I am by no means a speed builder. Yeah, normally they put like a little life-size image of the bar so that you can like line it up and make sure you've got the right size. And a lot of the time I've been like, why are they doing that? This is the only bar of this particular color that's included in this set. But I realized later, it's like, oh, if you download the instructions and are trying to build it using the parts you already have, that allows you to figure out which of your existing bars can be substituted for it, or whatever. But then this instruction booklet just doesn't heckin' have those, so who knows? It's weird. This is a slightly older set. When did this release, actually? Hold on. When did they come out? Oh, it came out 2 years ago. May 2022. So, I don't know, maybe... Or maybe just because it's a smaller booklet. And they didn't have the room to print it on the page or something. Alright, we gotta build up the main cactus body. To my understanding, this the cactus we're currently building is called, I think, the moon cactus. And from what I heard from one of the LEGO reviewers I watched who reviewed this set, the moon cactus isn't a real breed of cactus. It's actually just 2 different cactuses grafted together, which is interesting. But I guess that makes sense for why the top of it is like a completely different color to the bottom of it. They're just 2 different cactuses. Oh man, sub-build inside a sub-build. And we gotta do 4 of these, oh boy. With this heckin' olive green question mark? It's a green of some description. And what we'll do all 4 of them at the same time. Instead of doing one to completion and then going back for the others. The sun really doesn't know what it's doing today. Alright. Slopes. Slopes all over the place. That is the wrong way around. On it goes. On it goes. Oh, we're using the little branches as like cactus spikes. Nice. And then more slopes, this time combined with 1x1 plates. It's like, where are the other 2 slopes? There they are. I was like, oh, which way do they go? Do they go this way or do they go this way? Dumbass, it's... Oh, actually, no, it's not symmetrical. I did have to check the right way. Because the slope... I'm not a dumbass, in fact. I am still, just not in this particular scenario. On it goes. Get this little thing out of the way. Oh, had an extra there. That's probably a spare part. And these go around this. Oh, I forgot to put the cactus... I commented on the cactus spikes and then I didn't put them in. I can put them in while I'm doing this, I guess. Well, let me just check. Okay, I do have desktop audio muted. I'm good there. Hold on. Just want to confirm. Okay, yeah, I do have... I was like, I remember I changed my background music starting like early this year. I wanted to make sure that I actually updated the credits on my Twitch page, and I did. So yes, I am properly crediting the person who made the music that is has been playing this entire stream. On it goes. And we'll shove those spikes in. And that one. There we go. We have our cactus body. Then we shove one of these on top. And do we connect this up? Yes, we do. Goes through the spike. That does not feel particularly secure. But if you say so. Oh, it's so that we can display it at like a slight angle like that. Understandable. Alright, next. We gotta make the... I think this is actually... I don't know how new, but I think this is one of the newer LEGO colors that was introduced through LEGO Friends. Which I think the color's officially called Coral. It's a very bright orangish pink. Maybe a way to describe it. I don't know. case you couldn't tell by how many clashing colors my model has, colors are not my strong suit. Blame my mum. She likes having all sorts of colors around the place. So I'm just used to having all sorts of clashing colors existing together. I was thinking about that recently because I remember I was watching a video about like Pokemon that are considered beautiful or ugly, and when ugly Pokemon comes up, people always mention Bruxish, and it's like, yeah, it's ugly, but it's meant to be ugly, so it's doing its job well. And in my mind, I'm just like, I don't think it's ugly. I like it. Then that's probably because like all of the clashing colors is just something that I'm used to. Alright, on these go. There may not be as much interesting piece usage going on with these plants, but there is a lot of very interesting building techniques in order to get all of the angles. It's like we're making a like 8-sided thing here, so we stick this together on top of a bar piece, and then build on top of those. Alright, sub-build in a sub-build. Gotta make 8 of these. Oh boy. There we go, there's 8. And then... On it goes. On it goes. Then slopes and 1x1s. Curved slopes, that is. These. So fun fact, this may come as a surprise, but I'm getting tired. Yeah, no, that understandable. Very understandable. If at any point you're like, hey, I need to go, I need sleep, please feel free. I don't want to keep you up. Please take care of yourself. Staying up until 2 AM is not particularly healthy. So what I was going to say, these pieces are typically referred to as cheese slopes because of the shape of the piece. Recently, they introduced a piece like this that's like same height, but it's too long. And so people are like, what do we call these now? Are these long cheeses? What is that? But people were happy because it fills a gap in the LEGO portfolio, because they had long cheeses like that, but only as... I was going to show it, but like underneath here, they only had it with like the grill pieces. And now they have one that is just the slope. Long cheese. Go on, stay down. And that one. Now I put the pink cheeses on and the orange flowers. Can you stay in my hand, please? hands are too large for playing with Lego now. Pieces are too small. There we go. Now just the flowers. Then, which side goes on the bottom of this side? Okay. Okay, so put it like so. With the top ones having the flower on the top and the bottom ones having the flower on the bottom. Rotate it a bit so that we can actually get to the bottom ones. On it goes. Ta-da! Then stick a green stud inside the dish. Put a flower on top. And then shove it on there. Ta-da-da! We have our moon cactus. Not sure how I feel about the very blatant gap there, but maybe that's to represent the fact that it's actually two different cactuses grafted together. Anyway, what's our tooltip here? The moon cactus glows red because it lacks chlorophyll and must be grafted onto other cactus for it to grow. Well then. There you have it. Now we just connect up. The heckin', I understand why they did this, because it's very clever. You can just store your spare Technic axles in there, but it also means that trying to pick this up and move it around is very prone to things falling apart. But for now, let's just connect these up. And stick our axles in here. And that is book 2. Here are our spare pieces from book 2. From bag 2 rather. Some coral pieces. One of those rare red Technic pins. More dead branches. I already had a couple of those thanks to the Australia postcard, but now I've got another one. Final bag, and we've only been streaming for an hour and a half. God damn. That's fast. And as expected, bag 3. That's all. Okay, so bag 3 is the only one that has 2 bags, because I guess this one's a smaller bag than the other 2 bags, so they had to have another smaller bag with it. But bag 3 has another smaller bag inside of it. There's bags within bags within bags. Oh Jesus. Eggs all over the place. So that's one of the few interesting piece usages here. Like, we've had a lot of interesting building techniques. One of the interesting piece usages is that one of these succulents that we're making in bag 3 uses these eggs colored in like light green. Eggs all over the place. Let's open up. Ah, Jesus. Oh, more of these red Technic pins. Hell yeah. Oh, something rolled over here. Don't want to lose that. Don't want it to get mixed up with our extras. At least not yet. You know, I knew one of the pieces, one of the plants in this one was using this color. I'm surprised by how little of it there is in here. I was expecting a bunch of big pieces, but I guess we're making it up from a bunch of smaller ones. Eggs. Egg! Stop rolling. It was off screen, so you couldn't really see it, but it was just going in circles. Alright, now to delicately move this out of the way without eggs rolling off my table. Okay, but we're not starting with the egg one, we're starting with whatever this is. And we're just completely filling the insides for this one. No special techniques necessary. For the 7th time today. Take the night now, but I'm glad I could catch some of the stream. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good night. Hope you get some good rest. And that tomorrow is fantastic. A great day is probably what I should have said, but fantastic works as well. Love the Lego fun facts you share sometimes. I'm glad you appreciate them. I am far from a master of Lego. I only recently got back into it, but I'm always happy to share the little tidbits I know. But yeah, good night. Eggs! Eggs are just rolling over the place. And now I'm thinking of that one Land Before Time song. When I wake up, first thing I do, eggs. Nighty night. Side pieces. Sometimes my brain just stalls like that. Or I just have to stop and think like, what am I doing right now? Yesterday I was just doing that for the entire day, to be honest. Today I am feeling a bit better, but we'll see how I feel later in the day because, you know, woke up at 6 a.m. or got up at 6 a.m. Woke up at 5. We got more octagons. Let's go. Then we where I don't see it. Oh, there it is. I'm blind. I should probably get my eyes tested at some point, to be honest. Like, my entire family, or at least my entire immediate family, uses glasses for, I think, at least for reading. Maybe I should get my eyes checked as well. I just haven't had time. Oh, this is a very small one. We're already almost done. We just need to clip these on the outside of it. Easy as. But I know there is at least one larger one in bag 3. Not as large as the moon cactus, but... larger than this, at least. Please ignore the massive pause in that sentence. I don't know why I paused it for that long. I just did, and then I'm like, huh, that was kind of weird. Maybe I should say something about it. Alright, then Axel in here. What is this one? Oh, this is the ball cactus. Cacti, including the ball cactus, can live from 10 to 200 years, and we bet Lego succulents could beat that record. True. Because they plastic. Alright. Ball cactus go up there. It's time to make the eggplant. Not the eggplant, the eggplant. Had a fantastic idea for a question for a future quiz thing. I still need to reach out to someone, because the third person I was going to get on as a contestant hasn't responded. She has said that she's notoriously difficult to get a hold of, so perhaps I shouldn't have tried. Whoa. Whoa, fucking gun? That's just straight up a gun. Bruh. So fun fact, LEGO has a very strict policy against including weapons in their sets, or at the very least, they did. Eventually it got to a point where they're like, hey, there are some settings we're including where we have to use weapons and stuff. But normally it was stuff like, oh, these old-timey British soldiers or whatever who are fighting against the pirates, they're using muskets or whatever. Or these cowboys have like classic revolvers. Normally it's nothing like this that looks like a modern-ass weapon. But basically they've decided, oh, anything that's like very not representative of the real world, they can use weapons. It's fine. It's fantasy. So this you'd probably see this in like a Marvel set or something, and they're like, oh yeah, they can use weapons. But notably, Lego City never uses weapons. None of the criminals, none of the police, none of them use guns. But apparently Lego plants can use guns. Generally speaking, they don't want it to be don't want to include guns that are in anything that would represent something that people would recognize as reality. Interestingly enough, Lego Indiana Jones does include guns. Despite being set in a real point in history, and, the characters' indie fights being, Nazis. They decided, you know what, this counts as historical fiction, so Indiana Jones can have a pistol. It's fine. They don't want to do military stuff or whatever, which, fair. Even if they did, I wouldn't buy it. I'm not the target audience for that. In case it wasn't obvious by the kind of shit I play on stream. Got more Among Us pieces here. This time in the dark. Were they in this color before? Hold on. Oh, I was about to lean right in, and I'm like, nope, can't do that. Those aren't where the Among Us pieces were. Which of these did I use the Among Us pieces on? Was this? Oh yeah, the previous Among Us pieces were in sand green. But now I've got some bright green Among Eye. Bruh. Look at this tip. This tool tip here. The tip is titled "Rar some leaves." Rar some. The burrow's tail plant with its plump green leaves are made from elements commonly used in LEGO sets as dinosaur eggs. Rar some. Alright, so we have the claw. They don't call out the claw as something interesting because these claws are used all over the place nowadays. But they were originally heckin' used for Exoforce, which was like inspired by like mecha anime. And like these were the claws of like the robot enemies. I really liked those little robots. It's a shame that Exoforce died. Otherwise, I absolutely would have bought some Exoforce sets to build on stream. Alright. Eggs. I guess if these are originally dinosaur eggs, then my Land Before Time reference is very appropriate. Alright, more eggs. Eh? This is not how they normally write instructions. They're like, oh yes, step 1, claw. And also put a thing on it. Step 2, use 2 of these. And also put 1 thing on it. That's interesting. Maybe I should send that in to that guy who makes videos about LEGO sets that break the rules, by which it actually just means the instructions are wrong. That is a bit of an oddity. Alright. More of these minifigure stand pieces. Gonna be so many eggs on this. Where is the sun gone? Come on. I think the reason I was sick last weekend, it could have just been that I kicked up too much dust, but it could also very well have been the fact that the weather was all over the fucking place recently. It's been like really hot, then it suddenly starts raining and it's cold, and then it's super windy. And then it's hot again. Like yesterday it was quite warm when I went out to vote. But then when I got home it was cool again. These eggs do not want to go on. There we go. Yeah, maybe this feels like a non sequitur, but I'm still thinking about my little quiz thing. I really hope that people enjoy it once I'm actually able to have it happen. Because, like, I want to do more. I've got ideas. It's just a matter of, like, once I hold one of them, I feel like I can then use that as a way to show people, like, what it's all about. And hopefully there'll be more interest in future ones. It's just putting on this one has been a bit difficult. I'm not good at being the one to try and organize things, I guess. Oh, More of these brown bars. Why did we get a black bar in the first set? In the first bag, when all of the other bags have used brown bars, and the black bar isn't visible in the actual build. So like they could have just used a brown one. It's a little odd, no? Oh, so many of these. You just completely cover up that bar. Oh boy, now we gotta stick this 16! Oh boy. In they go. I should really get some like sets that use bigger pieces and not these tiny little fiddly things. I mean, the tiny little fiddly things are great for making all of these like lovely little plants and whatnot, but you know, if the building experience had been on been a little better on the Everyone is Awesome set, that would have been nice, because it's a bit of a departure from what I usually build. Just like some big bricks, a few plates, a few slopes, but mostly just bricks. Meanwhile, right now, I've got all these specialized elements that I'm fiddling with. How many's that? Still 6 to go. Now 5. Good lord. Oh, I need to adjust my headphones. My ear is itchy. Oh, my phone's decided, like, hey, you can free up like 700 megabytes of space. Would you like me to delete some stuff? And at first, I was actually allowing it to delete that. And then, like, every other day or so, it'd come back saying, hey, I can free up that space again. And I'm like, okay, I guess. What I didn't realize is, it was freeing up that space by deleting all of the data that had been downloaded for Plants vs. Zombies Heroes. Which is why every time I launched Plants vs. Zombies Heroes, it had to re-download all the data. And I'm like, damn, did the new update or whatever, like, break something, and now I have to, like, re-download everything? Is there some setting I can have so that it just keeps the data? Then I found out, no, my phone's just being dumb and trying to be like, oh yes, this is clearly unnecessary data that you don't need to keep saved. This is like temporary cache stuff. It's definitely not the data of an app that you use every single day. Okay, there are people outside my window. I hope... God, how many of them are there? This is the problem with... Oh, they're getting something delivered. Understandable. This is awkward. This is the problem with living on the bottom floor of my building. Right? People can just walk past. So like my building, like our backyard essentially, is connected with all of the other apartment buildings, like, that are right next to each other on this street. So as a result, I just get a bunch of people, like, walking past my office window while I'm trying to work and whatnot. And it's... Oh, I don't put one on top. Because we have another one of these that we put on top. With more eggs. Yeah. I deal with it most of the time. It's just a bit awkward when it happens while I'm streaming because I'm like, I wonder how much of what they're saying is getting picked up on my microphone or whatever. There we go. We have the burro's tail. The burro's tail, or the donkey tail, is a tropical plant native to Mexico and Central America. Cool, cool. Alright. Were we supposed to put an axle? No, okay. So now we're making the big red, which seems to be what majority of the non-egg pieces in this bag are devoted to. I think it's just another Echeveria. It's just like the red Echeveria or whatever. That's if I remember that review I watched correctly. And already we're doing some interesting stuff with the angles inside this this here plant pot. Red slope. Alright, and then this. What the hell is that piece? Huh. Yeah, I've seen pieces like the... Wait, is this... Hold on. Do I have any regular bricks I can compare it to? Huh. So I've seen pieces with this particular texture, but it's normally 1x2 and not 2x2. But then on top of that, it's also only like 2/3 of a brick tall. So only like 2 plates rather than 3. Which is interesting. A lot of pieces here that I've never seen before happening in this set. Then we just, let me guess, next step is build up the pot. Build up the pot. As expected. On it goes. On it goes. On it goes. And then on these go. Man, the sun's just gone now. Like, it looks fine on the camera, so that's cool. I can't properly see what's going on here. It's a bit dark. But I think that's fine. I don't really want to turn my lights on in the middle of the day. I could probably take this away now, actually. Yeah, I'll take this down. And then if the sun suddenly comes back, I'll put it up again. It helps me see a little better. Oh, we gotta do the border. Our final time with the border. This is gonna be a shorter stream, but not as short as I thought it would be. Because we've still gone 2 hours and we haven't even put together this plant yet. So we do still have a little bit. That is not connected. There we go. Our final panel piece, I think these are called. On it goes. Now we have wheels. And they're like, we've got the cross section here, be like, make sure that the wheels are properly aligned. The wheels are actually, you know, lined up so that the holes are showing and not so that they're like, and not so that they're like this, covering up the holes. Because things are gonna go through the holes. All of these weird red Technic pins. Come on. Come on. There we go. Perfect. Now the weird red Technic pins with studs on the end. In they go. I wonder what other colors Technic pin... Oh. I've already done 6. It's a revolver. Bang, bang, bang. Alright, now... one of these dudes on the pin. And then the other pin goes on the other side of it. Da-da-da. And then sub-build inside a sub-build, we need 6 pedals to be made using these. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. I'll probably line them up after. One, 2, and then they all need green studs on the bottom. There you go. And now there's a dog barking outside. Bit further down the street though, not right outside my window. Dogs in my building are usually pretty well behaved. Alright, there we go. Line them up properly. Oh, what I should do to line them up, just press them down on my table. Easy. So used to doing everything on top of the mat. Don't even realize I have a perfectly flat surface right here. There we go. And they all get a little spiky on top. That is the wrong side. Ta-da! Oh. Oh look, there comes the sun. Doesn't seem too bright now though. I think because it's late enough in the day that the sun is not shining directly through my, like, hitting this area. So I think we're okay. I don't need the box up anymore. Now we've got this technique that is nigh impossible to take off without some sort of support. You probably can do it with just like a brick. Maybe not. Maybe with a longer brick. But I was like... I was just thinking like, oh yeah. This is the kind of building technique that's very difficult to take apart if you don't have a brick separator. But luckily I have 7. So I'm perfectly fine there. Okay, how many have I done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we're using up all of these. Is this going to be used in this one? Because it doesn't feel like the right color, but also, you know, it hasn't been used yet, so that's slightly concerning. I'm like, did I miss a step somewhere? Perhaps. We shall see. As it turns out, there's just like 5 more eggs that I've forgotten somewhere. On it goes. We've got the pedals. Ah! So yeah. Again, a lot of very interesting... Oh, I completely forgot this step, where we have to stick 6 guns inside these holes in order to get the pedals at an angle. Here I was making jokes about revolvers. Very different type of gun here. Alright, and then these get slotted onto the handles of the guns. Doesn't feel right. Like, it's a perfectly legal connection, but just slotting it on, like, that doesn't feel like it should go. But it does. It does indeed go. Probably would be easier to make it go if I wasn't streaming it and had to keep it so far away from my face. Alright, let me just arrange these properly. But yeah, we have our pedals, and this connects... Ah, that's why we use that piece, because it has an axle hole, and is just the right height, so this, like, connects down at the bottom. Okay. Sub build. Okay, so... Wait, no, we're not. Maybe at the end. I don't have the box in front of me, so I can't see what this looks like. Anyway, we are using up the rest of the Among Us pieces, though. Among Us! Alright, let's straighten those out. And then... one of these on top. And then more of... Are these the same slopes we used there? I don't know. I feel like we have seen a slope of this kind somewhere today, but I'm not sure. It might be a different piece. Yeah, because these are curved, and those are like wedges. Anyway, we're almost there. And then we just like join all of them up together. Click. 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 Nice little click for the microphone. This. Push these up a bit and connect it on the stud. Okay, there we go. We are using it. Lovely. This gets one of these shoved into it with one of these on top. What is this? Knights of the Succulents. The ruby red Echeveria has small pyramid elements at the tips of its leaves that first appear as detail elements in LEGO Nexo Knight sets. I did not know that. Like, I've seen these little pyramids around before. I didn't know they originally appeared in Nexo Knights. Which, for those unaware, Nexo Knights was like sort of an evolution of the castle theme, where it was more sort of like a like Lego Castle, but there's like tech and stuff. They got like nice mechs and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure. I've never had any Nexo Knights sets. I had grown out of Lego by that point, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe it was before my time, actually. I don't know when it came out. All I know is that I'd never heard of Nexo Knights. Actually, no. The ones I remember were Knights Kingdom. It's a different one. They've had many iterations of like castle-like themes. Anyway, the red Echeveria. Red is the color of love. Next Valentine's Day, skip the roses and give a Lego red Echeveria instead. But now Lego sells a Lego rose bouquet, so you know. Alright, and then these we stick onto here. And they go... What is that? Oh, they go in the middle. With the hollow stud going into the little thing there. I feel like this would have been easier to do before we connected it, but sure. There we go. And then up the back of the plant, we want our thingo, our pin. And then we connect them together. So here are our spare pieces. I'm going to leave the axles out because I think I know what it wants me to do with them, but I'll probably put them in my spare pieces anyway. Yeah, we've got some... Two of these studs. I feel like maybe I've missed putting one of them somewhere. Maybe one of the things on the burro's tail was supposed to be longer. You know what? We've got time. Why don't I have a look? We'll disconnect it. Because the final thing is like you can store the 2 extra axles in here and then you can connect all of them. Which is great. I just want to make sure I built the burro's tail correctly. Okay, so there's 2 in there. That's correct. There's 2 in there. That's correct. Ah, that's where it is. I thought this looked like it was a bit too close. We're supposed to put one of these in here and then shove that on top. So there's a bit more space. There we go. So there's only one spare lime green stud. We could put these inside the Forestman pot, but I'm just going to put them with my spare parts. And then here they just show, like, here they show you, like, connecting them all together, and then here I think it's just, like, this is the suggested arrangement, but then here's some, like, alternate arrangements. Oh no, this is just them turning it around for some reason. Yeah, you can display them as you like, but for now I think I'm just going to go with the recommended display as soon as I fix this pot. Which is these ones. Hold on, how do they connect? Is it right on the edge like that? No, there is a gap. So these, right? It's like this more, yeah. In they go. There we go, we have our Lego succulents. Which I'm gonna need to find a place for. It's gonna go somewhere in my living room. Not sure where. coffee table? Most likely. But then I might want to move the tiny plants I have on the coffee table. That's fine, I can put them on like the windowsill. There we go. Let me get my... Did I not put my spare parts bag in there? I moved my spare parts bag. Oh, there it is. It's up in that drawer. I finally, like all of my instruction booklets, previously they were just in one of my Lego boxes. And I was just like, but they were getting all like smushed and stuff, and some of them just straight up didn't fit. So then I just had them sitting on my counter behind me, on my shelf behind me, where I put all the Lego that isn't botanical. And they were just taking up space. I finally like shuffled around my drawers and stuff, and I'm like, okay, this drawer is just for Lego instructions. And the drawer above it is apparently where I kept the bag with all of my spare parts. So we got a spare black bar, but we didn't get a spare brown bar. It's still a bit weird that they separated the colors like that. But what do I know? There's probably some reason for it. Look at all these spares that are too small for me to really do anything with. Okay. We've built our plants, and I think that's going to be all for today. Don't know when exactly my next Lego building stream is going to be. It's not going to be at the start of next month. Because at the start of next month, I'm actually going to visit my parents because it's a long weekend. So sometime later in the month, and I'll get like an appropriately spooky set for Halloween, as well as something else small to fill the time with. As for my upcoming streams, next weekend I will hopefully... Like, I'm already feeling a bit better today. We'll see how I feel later today, but I'm feeling a bit less brain dead, so hopefully next weekend we'll be good to go to return to Emio the Smiling Man. And then the weekend after, Saturday will probably still be Emio, but Sunday, actually, don't know which will be which, but either way, one of those days will hopefully be my quiz show, Clueless Quiz Time. I will do my best over the next week to make sure I can recruit someone else to fill the third contestant slot. Yeah. We're gonna make it happen, I will. And then hopefully once I have it once and people see how fun it is, I can do more. Because I have more ideas. Like, I'm doing an Ace Attorney one now. I can do plenty of more Ace Attorney ones. I kind of want to do Dragon Quest as well. Speaking of Dragon Quest, there was a new Dragon Quest Monsters game that released earlier this year, and I was excited for it, and I just haven't gotten it yet. Because I didn't have time, and I kind of still don't. But then as soon as I tweeted about, like, the fact that, like, this came out, and I just never got it, As soon as I tweeted that out, YouTube started showing me ads for the new Dragon Quest Monsters game, and I'm like, God damn it, they're listening to me. Anyway, we're gonna make things happen. Maybe if I can find enough funny things, I could even do a Lego quiz. But I don't know if there's enough funny involved in Lego. Let's have a look. Miko is still streaming. I have no one. I have no viewers right now. But Miko is streaming, which means we are actually going to raid. I couldn't raid Miko last weekend because she was taking a break. we're going to raid Mohican Miko, even though there are 0 viewers here. I'm just going to raid for the... Give her the algorithm boost or whatever. I don't like raiding with like 0 viewers besides myself, but like... Algorithm, that's apparently a thing. So I guess... Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, Miko is currently streaming Tales of Berseria. Go show us some support. I say as if there is anyone here to join the raid with me. I should stop paying attention to that. But anyway, that's gonna be all from me. Here's what I'm gonna do the outro with this time. Thanks for watching. Otsukame. Bye bye. And scene.